and my brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another Pokemon Top 10 where I give a list of my 10 personal things of random stuff about the game we all know and love, known as Pokemon. Now today, I originally had planned to do my top 10 least favorite Pokemon, but after I recorded episode 4 of my Silver Type Lock, I am going to tell the top 10 things I hate about the entire main series games of Pokemon. I'm not going to include any of the spin-off games, just the main series Pokemon games from Generations 1 to Generation 6. So in number 10, we got the critical captures. If no one knows what a critical capture is, it's when after you throw a Pokeball, it wiggles 2 times in mid-air, and then 1 wiggle on the ground, and instantly catches the Pokemon. So why exactly do I hate this? Well, first of all, I need to pick 10 things about the entire thing. I love Pokemon after all. But overall, the critical capture is something that the game could easily go on without. I mean, it's the equivalent of the ball wiggling 3 times on the ground. You're just having it wiggle 2 times midair. Is there anything more useless than that? I mean, really, you might as well just have no wiggles at all, have the Pokemon stay in the ball if you have a critical capture. It's a stupid thing that shouldn't even exist. I don't know why they would even bother doing something like that. The chances of that happening are pretty slim overall. I mean, really, I don't think I've barely gotten any of them. I think I got like 1 or 2 in the X Wonderlock when I was catching Pokemon, but it's still something that I don't think is that good and shouldn't belong in our Pokemon games. So at number 9, I have the generic storylines for every game. I mean, the generic storyline is wake up in your bedroom, get a Pokemon, beat some gyms, and take on an evil team that's trying to get a legendary. This generic storyline goes on in every main series Pokemon game. And it even goes on in a couple spin-off games like XD and Coliseum, I believe. And those storylines have just get repeated with different teams trying to do different things. And even though different things do happen, the generic part still goes through. You got Team Rocket trying to accomplish catching Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave that you end up going into in post-game. You've got Team Rocket again in Gold and Silver, trying to do who knows what. I don't remember. And then we have Team Aqua and Team Magma trying to get Kyogre or Groudon to Gentle and Sunlight or something in order to drown the world in a sea. Got Team Galactic using Dialga, Palkia, Giratina to have Cyrus remake the world in his image. And then Black and White, we got Black and White is not really that much different. You actually get your legendary after you beat the Elite Four. But it still goes into the storyline with N being part of Team Plasma. And Black and White 2 gets it using Kyurem to freeze the world or something. And in X and Y, we have Lysandre, or whatever his name is, to do whatever he wants with Yveltal or Xerneas. So although they each have different reasons, they all actually end up having a same related thing, trying to use Legendary to conquer the world and whatnot. And they need to change the generic storyline in Gen 7 if they ever make it. 8. We have Kurt. Yes. One of my favorite things about Pokemon games is a person in general. Kurt is a useless Pokeball maker that uses fruit to change Pokeballs into his own creations. We got Heavy Balls, which has a catch rate multiplier depending on how heavy a Pokemon is. And even so, it can only get into a times 4 multiplier for certain legendaries like Groudon, Kyogre, that kind of stuff. Then the Moon Ball, that originally could only catch Pokemon that evolved through Moonstone, which back then was the Nidorina, the Nidoran's lines, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, and we got some Level Balls, which will increase the catch multiplier if you are high level than your Pokemon. Oh no! You can increase the chance of catching a level 2 Hoppip if your Charizard is level 100. That's totally useful. And then a buttload of other balls that are just useless that Kurt makes out of fruit that you can pick out of random trees anywhere. I mean, really, Kurt, get a better hobby than using fruit to make Pokeballs of your own creation by ripping off old ones. The Safari Zone. The Safari Zone, Safari Zone, Safari Zone. This was a mechanic that I actually like. You pay $500, get 3 Safari Balls, and can catch Pokemon with them. And it's actually kind of enjoyable. You can get Surf and Generation 1 games. But Aura has changed all that. Because coming in number 7, I have the new Safari Zone mechanics. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, when you get to the Safari Zone, you don't have to stop the receptionist to get your Safari Balls. You can just walk right into there and get whatever you want. You can actually battle with your Pokemon now. You can use your own Pokeballs now. And I don't like that. I like the old Safari Zone mechanics. I mean, you actually have to rely on that 1%, one multiplier catch rate. It's just, I mean, I had trouble catching Kangaskhan and Tauros and Fire and Leaf Green, but I like doing that because it's really challenging to complete the Pokedex when you have to rely on that Pokeball-related catch rate when it came to Kangaskhan and Tauros. Well, Ash catch a bunch of Tauros with Safari Balls. He wasted all of his Pokeballs on those Tauros. But Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire overall ruined it. And of course, Gen 7 could always bring it back by bringing the Safari Balls back. Because it's really enjoyable, for my opinion. But Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire ruined it. HMs! I mean, really, who doesn't like HMs? It's a move that when you teach it to a Pokemon, you need to wait till you get to the move deleters throughout the storyline to have them get rid of it. You have to wait so many slots on a Pokemon's party move just to have the useless, just have Surf, Waterfall, Dive. Well, some of them are really useful competitively, but throughout story mode, you don't need them. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had the Eon Flute to replace Fly after you took care of Kyogre and Groudon. And maybe later on they can always make something to replace all the HMs. And I was actually happy when Rock Smash wasn't an HM anymore. But Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire brought it back to an HM, which is stupid. They have 8 HMs now. That means you have to waste 4 moves throughout this possible. You have to waste 4 moves on at least 2 Pokemon throughout your entire party to hold on to them throughout the story mode. And they really couldn't have done anything better with that. And the only way you can get rid of them is by one specific person who doesn't even remember who he is. Battle Frontier, the Battle Subway, the Battle Mason. Shouldn't it be Mansion? I mean, really, a Battle Mason when it looks like a mansion, that's just stupid. Ugh. Well, anyway, the Battle Frontier and its counterparts. Something I don't quite like because you need to battle a certain amount of times just to get these battle points where you can buy certain competitive items, TMs, and rare candies. And you have to waste so much time getting 1 point at a time just to get a Toxic Orb for your Poison Heal Gliscor or your Toxic Boost Sand Goose. Any of the vitamins now you can only get from the battle points, and a buttload of really good TMs are only available through that mechanic. They really messed it up at Generation 3 when they introduced the Battle Frontier and its mechanics. I mean, just really, you have to waste so much time on that just to get some stupid items if you want to win your free-for-alls or one-on-ones or Ubers or anything. And there's no alternative way to getting battle plans besides going onto Pokemon Bank and getting some free gifts every now and then. And I wish there was a much easier way of getting those things, because my Pokemon Bank subscription is almost up. Oh yeah, number 4. Going into number 4. And this is where it really starts getting interesting for me. Number 4, I have the Master Ball. That's right, I hate the Master Ball. Wanna know why? You only get one of them. You get one of these incredibly overpowered balls throughout the entire gameplay. And there's some occasions where you can get 2 over a really hard task to accomplish. But you only get one Master Ball overall with the catch rate of 250 something, which will mean any Pokemon can be caught by it, and it barely has any chance of failing whatsoever. But the Master Ball, I don't really like that much because you're stupid. You waste your incredibly good. You waste the best Pokeball ever, and you only get one. You can race on anything like a Rattata or a Bidoof. Lately, I've been starting to hold on to my Master Balls and not using them anymore. Although I might use them in playthroughs and be happy about them, I personally secretly don't like them as much as I do Ultra Balls or Dusk Balls, which can be a little bit more useful in catching some legendaries than wasting your only Master Ball. Finally, I can talk about my number 3 hated thing, Fairy types. I hate Fairy types. It's my least favorite type ever. I grew up when Generation 3 was just coming out. And I grew up with Generation 3, 4, and even 5. All those remakes. And Generation 6 had to come and introduce Fairy types. I mean, I grew up, the first game I played was Pokemon Leaf Green. Steel types and Dark types were still existing by then, so I didn't even know they weren't there in Generation 1 beforehand until a few years ago, maybe. I don't like Fairy types. They changed so many good Pokemon and gave them weaknesses and made Dragon types not as good. I mean, they made Gardevoir, Mawile, Granbull. Why is Granbull a Fairy type? I mean, this is ridiculous. And I can only blame one Pokemon for Fairy types, Sylveon. No, I can't blame Florgeist, because Florgeist could have become a Grass type. It could have made just fine Grass type. But no, I blame Sylveon for this. I blame Sylveon. I hate Sylveon now, and I always will hate Sylveon. Because I hate Fairy types, because I've grown up with every other type, and I don't want it to change. Okay, my number 2 thing. A lot of you will agree with this. Definitely agree with this. Japan getting all the good Pokemon events. I mean, why are they so special that they get all the major Pokemon events? Like Darkrai, Arceus Abyssinius, Jirachi, throughout Color, they get so many good serial codes to get exclusive events only they can get. No one else in the world really gets this stuff. I bet they second guess giving other people around the world Contrary, Superior, Reckless Emboar, Shellarma, Samurott. It's just so stupid that Japan gets everything. I mean, really, they have more events than we do. They've probably had more events than we have Pokemon in the Pokedex. And I know anyone who watches this will probably agree with me, unless you're Japanese or something and have Japanese versions of the game. But seriously, will it hurt Nintendo to give us some more events? Okay, really, why else would I start this list if this wasn't going to be on it? The 3 Wiggle Troll Capture. This was an envy for me in the last episode I just made. I encountered a Shellder, a Skiploom, and a Machop. with the 3 Pokeballs I had, I couldn't catch Shellder in any of them, and he was in the red, and I had the 3 Wiggle Troll Capture. When I was catching the Skiploom, I had 3 Wiggle Troll Captures through most of them, even though I didn't end up catching it. And the Machop! I had a great ball, which had an increased chance of capturing it. Nope, 3 Wiggle Troll Capture. Wiggle 1, Wiggle 2, Wiggle 3, boom! It was almost caught. Oh my god! Generation 7 has so much they need to fix. Like, all the stuff on this list has to go away. I do not like this Wiggle Troll Capture. It is what made me started this list. And I hope any of you who ever faces a 3 Wiggle Troll Capture will hate it as much as I do. I literally cried. That's right, I actually cried when I couldn't catch that Machop with the 3 Wiggle Troll Capture. I mean, I could have had a really good Pokemon, but no, it doesn't want to be captured, and I hate it. I hope I never go through that again. I have 1 capture I can make through my next episode later today, and I hope I don't get trolled because I wasted all my money and I don't have any Pokeballs. Okay, so there you have it. All the things I hate through the game I love. I mean, just go over the list again. I have Critical Captures, the generic storyline, Kurt, the new Safari Zone mechanics, HMs, the Battle Frontier and its counterparts, the Master Ball, Fairy types, Japan, getting all the good events, and the 3 Wiggle Troll Capture. If you have anything you hate about Pokemon series, write it down in the comment section below, or any top 10s you want me to see me do. So, once again, thanks for watching, guys. Please, number 2, smack that like button below and subscribe for more YouTube videos. And I guess that'll be it for now. I'm Pokemon Brother. Out.